Good morning, students. Today we are going to read international migration in the topic of population in the subject of geography O levels. So this is one of the very important topic as far as your geography paper is concerned. So we are going to read different reasons and effects of the migration. Migration is actually of two types. One is immigration. Immigration is actually the coming of the people from other countries to Pakistan. For example, like Afghanis are coming into Pakistan and they are working here. And emigration, that is actually the going out of the people from the homeland to the other countries. Like Pakistanis are going to America, England, Canada, etc. So, first, international migration. Pakistanis have been emigrating to a number of the countries since 1950s. Several semi-skilled and skilled workers emigrated to the UK, USA and Canada for various reasons. In those years, 1950s, Pakistanis could easily migrate to UK with relaxed immigration policy. At that time, immigration policy was very easy of those countries of USA and UK, and Pakistanis were going there very easily and fluently. Workforce was required for the reconstruction work after the World War II, Second World War, and for a great range of the development projects. A great number of the people got settled there. Highly qualified professionals, for example, doctors, engineers, etc., also emigrated in 1960s and 1970s, and many of them were able to settle there. This process of the emigration of the high-class professionals is called the phenomena of the brain drain. So this is very important phenomena. Emigration of the highly skilled workers, for example, engineers, doctors, teachers, professionals, IT professionals who are going from Pakistan to other countries. This term is called brain drain. Their destination were the UK, the USA and the Canada. The same professionals as well as other skilled workers continued to migrate in the 1980s and 1990s as a result of the new immigration policies of the USA and Canada. During this period, people belonging to other professionals also availed the visa lottery schemes of the US and welcoming laws of the Canada. So these were the reasons in 1980s and 1990s a visa lottery scheme was introduced, and the policies of the USA was very lenient to welcome the people from the world. So people were going to those countries. The process slowed down after the disastrous event of the September 11, 2001, that is called 9/11, when some planes hit the World Trade Center. So the process slowed down after the disastrous event of the September 11, 2001, as the Western countries introduced strict policy towards immigrants from the Muslim states. Bulk of the unskilled, semi-skilled and skilled workers emigrated to the oil-rich Middle Eastern states of the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman and Saudi Arabia in the wake of the great economic boom experienced by these countries. So when oil was discovered in these countries, economic boom was there. So people flowed there into those countries. For example, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman. So these countries were experiencing the economic boom at that time, and still they are enjoying. So people are going there. Many Pakistanis immigrants migrate to South Africa and Australia in 1990s after decolonization of the South Africa. Million of the Afghanis migrated. So first, up to this, we were actually discussing the points related to immigrants. People were going out from the Pakistan. to other countries. Now we are going to discuss different points about the immigrants. So people are coming into Pakistan. So what are the points for this? So look now, million of the Afghans migrated to Pakistan after the Soviet attack in December 1979. Most were settled in special camps in the KPK and Balochistan, but gradually they got mixed up with the local population and settled in various cities of all the provinces. Out of a total of 4 million, about half were sent back after normalcy returned to Afghanistan. Out of the remaining 2 million, 70% are in KPK, 20% in Balochistan, and 10% in other areas. The process of the return was abruptly disturbed after the US military operations started in Afghanistan as an aftermath of the 9/11 disaster. So Afghans were going back, but after the attack of 9/11, when American and Allied forces attacked in Afghanistan, so the process again started. Millions of the Afghans were coming back to Pakistan because there was an attack of the foreign forces. Okay, the next topic in the migration which we are going to read is immigration. People migrating to Pakistan. Four major episodes of the migration of the people in millions. So in the history of the Pakistan, from the independence 1947 till date, there are actually four stages in which million of the peoples came to Pakistan. The first stage was right after the independence, that is in the wake of the partition in August 1947. About 6.5 million of the Muslim population from India migrated to Pakistan from 1947 to 51. 81% of the migrants were settled in Punjab, 18% in Sindh, and very small percentage in KPK and Balochistan. Because the reason was Punjab and Sindh are very adjacent. These are actually adjacent to India. We have a border very near. So most of the immigrants came from India, settled in Sindh and Punjab. And Balochistan and KPK are somewhat far. So small proportion of the immigrants settled there. So this was the reason. 60% settle in urban and 40% in rural areas, because at that time people like the life of the rural areas, like village life, so they like to settle in rural areas. So 60% settle in urban and 40% in rural areas. Rural settlers, mostly in Punjab, and the urban settlers opted for the Karachi, Lahore, Rawalpindi, Peshawar, and Quetta. So these are the big cities in which they like to settle. Second stage in which million of the immigrants came to Pakistan was after the creation of the Bangladesh in 1971, when Bengalis forced the people to go to Pakistan because Bangladesh was separating from Pakistan. So after the creation of Bangladesh in 1971, hundreds of the thousands of the Muslims who had migrated from India to Pakistan were forced by the Bengalis to migrate to Pakistan or live a subhuman life in special camps. A small number of them managed to reach Pakistan, while about 0.35 million are still in Bangladesh. The third stage was after the invasion of the Soviet Union, when Soviet Union attacked the Afghanistan in 1979. That was the year when Afghans rushed to Pakistan in millions because Soviet Union came into the Afghanistan. So after the invasion of the Soviet Union, about 4 million Afghans migrated to Pakistan. And the last stage was after the 9/11. That was the year 2001, when America and Allied forces came to Afghanistan and bombing was there. Millions of the hundreds of the Afghanis were killed, and due to which they were rushed to Pakistan. So this was the fourth stage. After the invasion of the American and Allied forces after 9/11, million Afghans migrated to Pakistan. So these were the four stages in which million of the people migrated to Pakistan. Okay, now we are going to read the reasons for the emigration. Emigration is actually the people going out of the Pakistan. Like some people are going to UK, USA, Canada, Germany, Australia. So what are the reasons they are going to those countries? So we are going to read them. Push factors. So push factors are actually from the homeland. There are some problems in this country because of which people are forced to leave their homes, to leave their jobs, to leave their relatives and go there. So there are some problems. So we are going to read the problems. So what are the problems due to which people are going out of the Pakistan? Number one is lesser salaries and rewards in Pakistan, whereas the rich countries offer much more. So this is the one reason due to which people are going out. Number two, lack of the jobs in Pakistan and lack of the variety of the jobs, unemployment and underemployment. So this is the second reason. Number three, political disturbances and instability also forces many people to emigrate to greener pastures, because in those countries political stability is there is no problem. Like in Pakistan, government always change after some years, after 2 years, after 1 years, and due to which development programs are not there. A lot of unemployment and miserable life is there. So that's why people are going out of Pakistan. Next is inconsistent government policies result in the loss of the jobs for many people who find it difficult to live in their homeland. So this is another reason. Next is institutional mismanagement and ever worsening cancer of the corruption, together with favoritism and disregarded of the merit for getting a good job, also frustrate the talented youth who prefer to live in another country. So this is very strong reason due to which youngsters are going out. There are favoritism, there is corruption, so they are not able to get jobs in good post. So they are going out. This is very strong reason. Next is poorly organized life is another major factor. So poorly organized life, because we do not have a good infrastructure in Pakistan, like roads are not in good condition, parks, cinemas, theaters, recreational facilities, like entertainment facilities, educational facilities, health facilities are very bad in Pakistan as compared to the richer countries. So poorly organized life is another very important factor, as various public services bodies show unusual delay in providing basic civic amenities and services. For example, if a people go to get the water connection, the department tease that person a lot that he is forced to leave this country. If you want to get a gas connection, if you want to get a telephone connection, if you want to get a power connection, for example, solar systems are very popular nowadays. If I want to get a green meter connection, so there will be a lot of trouble in getting the connection, that I'll be fed up. So people get fed up with this and emigrate to the countries where life is more organized. Delay in getting justice and failure of the various governments in enforcing supremacy of the law drives people to the other countries. So this is another very big problem in Pakistan, that delaying in getting justice is and the failure of the various governments in enforcing supremacy of the law. So this is very strong reason due to which people are leaving Pakistan. Now we are going to discuss the pull factors. Pull factors are actually the things which are in richer countries. These are actually attractions. So what are the attractions there that people are looking at? And these attractions are actually attracting the people from the poorer countries like Pakistan. So now we are going to discuss these attractions. Number one, Developed economies of the West and the Middle East offer great variety of the jobs. So this is the one attraction. When people from here look at those attractions, this is one big attraction. So people want to go there. Next is relatively higher salaries and wages and appreciation of the foreign currencies against Pakistani rupee ensure prosperity for the relatives of the immigrants back in Pakistan. So this is another very strong reason, like the appreciation of the foreign countries, foreign currencies. Foreign currencies are much costly as compared to Pakistani rupee. So this is another very strong reason. Highly organized life with a strong institutional base ensures a smooth and peaceful life. Very strong reason. Freedom of the speech and liberty of living without interference of others is another very pull factor. Very, very strong reason. Equality of all before the law and speedy dispensation of the justice. So these are very strong reasons, attractions, which are actually attracting the people from the poor countries to the well settled countries. Next, we are going to read the effects of the international migration. So first, we are going to read the effects of the emigration. So emigrations is actually the people going out of the country. So when people left Pakistan, what are the effects on the Pakistan then? So we are going to discuss. Number one, loss of the industrial workforce to the other countries. So this is one effect. Workforce go there. For example, plumbers, electricians, teachers, doctors, engineers are go there. So loss of the industrial workforce. Number two, loss of the highly educated professionals, doctors and engineers who could serve their own people. So this is another effect. So the doctors and engineers and the highly professionals who can service to their own people are going out. So this is another effect. Remittances set by. So the first two were bad impacts. Now we are going to read the positive impact. That is, remittances sent by the overseas Pakistanis are quite valuable as they are utilized in a number of the development projects. So this is positive effect. So because we are going to read the effect, effects may be positive or negative. So all effects are going to be discussed. So third one is the positive impact. Fourth, overseas Pakistanis also invest in various economic and social uplift schemes like housing and schools. This is also a positive impact. So they are able to invest in Pakistan. Next, they also send donations to various NGOs for a variety of the development and charity-based projects. This is also a positive effect. They are a source of the valuable information for their fellows in Pakistan and a means of the cultural exchange between Pakistan and other countries. So this is another positive effect. Flow of IT to Pakistan is also an outcome of the emigration. So this is also a positive effect when they work there, because these countries are very developed. So IT facilities are much developed. When they go there and learn those facilities, when they come back, they impart their knowledge to the fellow Pakistanis. So this is another positive impact. Emigrants leave behind them various job opportunities for the local Pakistanis. So this can be a good effect. So when they go there, they leave their jobs. So these job opportunities for the local Pakistanis now. Those emigrants also who excel in various fields enhance the image of the Pakistan abroad. This is positive effect. After the repatriation, these Pakistanis become even more precious by applying their experience to develop Pakistan's economy. So these are the positive effects. Now we are going to read the effects of the immigration. Immigration is people coming to Pakistan. So what are the effects they are actually made on the Pakistan's economy or Pakistan? So influx of the millions of the refugees in 1947 and 1979 onwards created serious problems. First effect is immediate arrangements had to be made to provide food, shelter and health care to to them. Definitely, if they are in Pakistan now, they will need food, shelter, and health. So it will be a burden on Pakistan then. So this is the first effect. Next, refugees from India were gradually absorbed by the new country, and many of them contributed greatly to the economic development. So this is positive effect because the people come into the Pakistan, so they contributed towards the economic development of Pakistan. First was bad, and second one is good effect. Third one, their growing population in urban Sindh, however, created socio-economic and political problems that appeared in 1980s and continue till today. Third one is bad impact. Next, local Sindhi population and the immigrants from India failed to ensure peaceful coexistence, and Sindh fell victim to linguistic riots from 1980s till today. Rise of the MQM, now Muttahida, and previously Mohajer Qaumi movement, and its clashes with Sindhi nationalist parties caused serious damage to local and national economy as various governments failed to resolve the differences peacefully. So this is another bad effect. Afghan refugees, however, generally created problems, unemployment among the local Pathans, rise in property prices, crime and violence due to easily available weapons, and drug smuggling and drug addiction. So this is another bad effect of the immigration. These refugees occupied jobs in primary, secondary, and tertiary industries by acquiring Pakistani nationality through fake documentation. So this is another bad effect. If they occupy the jobs, the local original Pakistanis are deprived of the jobs then. Next is, finally, with the local sport, they got involved in various acts of the terrorism. So this is the most bad effect of the immigration. Next thing which we are going to read in the lecture is suggested measures to overcome the problems resulting from the population movement. So either people are going out of the Pakistan and or coming into the Pakistan. So the measures to cover the problems are: number one, local development projects should be started to discourage rural to urban as well as out migration, that is international migration. So first solution that can be local development programs should be started so that the people are discouraged to go out of the Pakistan. So they may settle in their own country if facilities are available. Number two, cottage industries should be promoted and patronized. So this is another solution. Next, rural electrification programs should be launched to encourage local rural people to start economic activity. So because still there is no electricity in most of the villages of the Pakistan, so the rural electrification program should be launched so that activity is available there. So people will not move to the other areas. Next is microfinance schemes launched by the present government 1999 onward is a good step in this direction. So this is a good solution for this problem. Institutional mismanagement, corruption, and nepotism should be curbed by taking strict measures and punishing the corrupt and inefficient personals. This will raise the confidence of the Pakistanis in the state machinery, and they will tend to stay back in their own country. So if law and order become good in Pakistan, so this will be a solution to the problem. Next is a special scheme should be started to organize recruitment of the skilled and professionally trained people for jobs abroad. So this is the solution for the brain drain. So then skilled workers will stay in Pakistan. Next is overseas Pakistanis that have settled abroad for a long time should be given strong incentives to get repatriated. So this is a good solution. If we give them a good incentive, they will come back with their money, they will settle here, they will develop different projects here. For example, different companies, different businesses, so they will be able to employ people, employ local people. So this is a good solution. And the last solution is more housing units should be constructed in urban and rural areas to accommodate a rapidly growing population. So this is another solution. So students, this was the topic immigration. So we read different reasons for the immigration and emigration and solutions. So this is very important topic. Read this lecture again very carefully. Make your notes. Thank you so much.